Go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Good morning on another Feel Good Friday here on the Chop Sports Daily with Sturch and Gooch, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio in Matawan, New Jersey. It is Sturch. It is Gooch. I just said that. It is Rob. Ashmere Fitz in the building. She's in the guest chair of the day. No mic. So there's her chance. She should have grabbed the mic and just, gave out her win-loss totals as well.
There is no mic. It's not plugged in.
I know. I said no mic. I said that. So anyway, coming to you live from the Cabinet Creation Sports Desk as well. Good morning to those in the chat right away. Obviously, Ashley would have been first, but she's here. So Bailey's here. Scoop is here. Good morning to you guys. Good morning to the early risers here. Early risers, like it's not 11 o'clock. I'm exhausted. This is why Dave does not go out because I got home and I'm exhausted. I decided to go out, watch some NBA playoffs, watch the Yankees smack around the White Sox again. So we'll get into all that as we go. Patreon.com/Chop Sports. That is the way to support this show in a monetary way. Be sure to go check out Patreon.com. That is how we get paid, ladies and gentlemen. So we appreciate your support, the early on support, whether it be a lottery pick, a playoff team, or a dynasty. $3, $5, $10 is the way to do it. And we appreciate you. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, also like the video, okay? That's a big component to the whole search. And I watched like a 15-minute video yesterday on the algorithm change in April of 2022 for YouTube.
Yeah, did you watch the May algorithm change yet? Because they change it every 6 weeks.
It's crazy.
So it's like a different video of just how
it's how like what you should be doing, how you should be labeling things.
Can we be clear about how that's not from YouTube? That's somebody's
thing, right?
Who's figured it out?
His thing and seeing what works for him. But really, the best way you do this is you look into where YouTube is spending their money and just put your content into that realm. Right now, it is lives and it is the YouTube shorts.
Those shorts we got to get on those. Shorts are so easy too. They're like 30 seconds. It's like a TikTok, Rob's TikTok. Instagram. So same thing.
As long as chicks are shaking their butt.
Yeah, there you go. All day, every day. What you will. If you also want to support Dat Chat, which is the newest social media. We're speaking of social medias before. Go check out that. That is one of the social medias that Chop Sports is involved in. We have our own group page there, over 450 people chiming in every day, talking sports, just like the Facebook group. Very similar, but cooler features, if you want my honest opinion. So I went out last night, watched the Yankees. First and foremost, before I get into anything else, Friday the 13th, if you haven't noticed our little guys there with our little mask, but also more importantly, happy birthday to my baby bro. So happy birthday, Danny. I hope you're enjoying it. He used to have Fridays off. I don't know if that's still the case anymore since he's working in the warehouse. If you hear any thunder within the confines of our studio, they are working on the roof.
I don't think that they're going to hear it, but if you see us noticing like the room
just like
shaking,
holding on for dear life, like
crazy. The last 2 days have been wild.
It's like somebody's just bowling up there and just like throwing balls here and there. But yeah, it's annoying. But so happy birthday, bro. Yankees, big win again last night. I mean, they smacked them. I got very upset. I crushed my picks last night, but I lumped the Yankees into one of my parlays, and I don't typically bet on my teams. It's just something I don't do. But you were giving the Yankees plus money, and they're one of the hottest teams in baseball. I'm like, sign me up. You know what I mean? So Luis Gil pitched last night. He got touched up a little bit, but we got to Cease a little bit, and that was somebody that you said that we might not be able to do.
He did have a good strikeout total. I think he had 6 Ks through 2 innings, but he did serve up some bombs, so it all worked out. I got some fantasy points out of it, but the Yankees still won. I'm happy.
Did you start Hill?
No, I started Cease.
Oh, you have Cease. Okay,
yeah.
My bad. So that's why you're all over him. I didn't know that. Okay, go ahead.
The last 8 times the Yankees have started off with this exact record. 7 times they've won the World Series, and 1 time they were in the World Series but lost. So if you're a Yankee fan right now, things are looking.
I think I was with our boy Jihad. You remember Jihad, right? He was there last night.
Does he still do catering and shit?
I don't know what the hell he does. Bro, he works like a madman. I know that. He catered the Summer Jam thing that we went to. Remember when we saw Lil Wayne and Rick Ross back in like 2000? You were there, right?
Summer Jam thing we went to.
It wasn't Summer Jam. It was just a concert.
I have been to Summer Jam.
Terrible. Summer Jam was terrible.
Summer Jam was bad, but
Lil Wayne
that concert was good.
Yeah.
You were there for that. Oh, yeah. Okay. So he had mentioned that, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was there. It was a Big Shots crew was there. But anyway, I was talking to Jahab, and I was getting excited about some of the Yankee game, and he's like, bro, it's like week 4. Like, calm down. I was like, you don't understand. This is a different team. I feel it in my bones. Like, they're like any other time a team gives
I've
up
never
7
heard
runs.
Dave say anything like this about any of his teams before, by the way. Never have you ever felt it in your bones. He's like, no, you don't get it. Fast forward, rewind to like week 2 of the Cowboys.
You know what's funny? Nick Shine.
Fresh off a moral victory against Tampa Bay Bucks.
That was
a
moral
lost
victory.
The game. He was like, I'm telling you, this team.
That was a moral victory. You know what's funny? Nick Shine said it yesterday. He called me out on it when I posted about the Cowboys playing the Giants on week 3 Monday Night Football and Thanksgiving. I put that in Chop Sports, the Facebook group. And I'm like, pumped about it. And he's like, bro, I remember a time on the Chop Sports Daily where you said, like, I'm not going to get hyped about anything because the team keeps breaking my heart. He goes, and the schedule hasn't even come out yet, and you're going nuts. You're off the rails.
Settle down, Dave.
Yeah, I can't. What do you want me to do? That's my squad. I ride and die with them. But
Yankees, yes.
Yes,
Yankees are a different team this year. I do
feels
agree.
Different.
They do have a couple things that I think will hold them back down the stretch, and one of them being Aaron Boone. I'm still not a believer. And I know that Yankee fans I shouldn't even say Yankee fans. Most Yankee fans are in lockstep with me. They believe that Aaron Boone eventually will do something wrong.
Well, he did something wrong technically yesterday going into the game. He sacked Glaber, who's been red hot.
What
was that all about?
There you go.
But you disregard it because they won the game. And Glaber came in and pinch hit, and I think he walked or something like that. He had a great walk, great at bat. You know what I mean? So again, that's a good decision by Boone to bring him in at that time, but weird decision to bench.
What you're really seeing, now,
hitters on
knock on wood, which I'm not superstitious. We all know that, but you're seeing what you would got out of the Yankees for the last 4 years if they remained healthy in the first 2 months of the season. Now they're actually healthy, and you're getting to see the team that they've put together all together at the same time. Stanton and Judge both healthy, swinging the bat well. And I know Joey Gallo sucks, but he is a lefty bat in the lineup that has power, and that does help. That's for you.
Yesterday on the show, you were like, the bats need to wake up, and in the 7th inning they woke up.
Well, not only did they wake up, like I'm looking at I was looking at it before. Somebody put out a tweet. I don't know who he is, and I'm not going to give him any credit because he's an asshole. But he put out like, does the MLB ship the juice balls on the Yankees road trips too, or just at home? Like, because if you look at the top 5 home run hitters in the league, I think, or the top 10, like 4 of them are the Yankees. Like it's Judge, it's Stanton, it's fucking Rizzo.
Yeah, but those guys can hit home runs
regardless,
any
right?
ball. I don't think that like that.
I don't think
for
so
them,
either.
It's not that team. I'm like, no, it doesn't matter.
Aaron Judge and Stanton are hitting no doubt home runs.
No
doubt.
doubt.
They're getting cheap seats.
Bro.
There was a couple Rizzo home runs that were fly balls, no doubt about it. But
I mean, some of the Stanton ones, landed, fucking on the outfield grass.
The approach that Aaron Judge has at home is maybe the best in baseball.
I have to.
That's probably true. You know what? You probably make a case for that.
He gets to go opposite field a lot. And
but bro, yesterday's home run, like, how impressive is that? And I'm not trying to like toot too much for a guy like Judge, but he is a Yankee, and we're excited he's a Yankee for now. But bro, to turn on a 95-mile-per-hour fastball the way he did and launch it into oblivion,
bro, it was a shot.
But it doesn't matter. I'm talking about just the fact that he turned on that bitch and he put that for a ride. Leads me to a question that I heard on the radio, and you'd actually appreciate this because you're a sports enthusiast. You still like to play things, right? You still like to race people, Rob. But like, I got a question for you. So, in a given situation, in a big moment, and I heard this on the Fan, I'm not going to not discredit them. Would you rather hit a Game 7 walk-off, catch the winning touchdown pass in the Super Bowl, score the winning goal in a Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, which I know you're going to say no to that, or hit the game-winning three-pointer to end an NBA Finals? So 4 situations.
How much time's left in the NFL game, though?
This is a game winner, like no doubt, no, like
2 seconds left.
These are all walk-offs. Like the games are over.
No doubt about it. I'm hitting that home run.
You're crushing the home run.
Game 7 World Series.
Game 7 World Series walk-off home
run. It's
I didn't catch the touchdown pass. Like, I hit that ball myself. Right? Nobody threw me that ball.
It's funny because
it's like I'm up.
Jerry Recco was almost going to discredit any football because you can't do anything on your own in football. Like in baseball, you can crush that ball. In hockey, you shoot the ball.
Now, if you hit a walk-off home run and there's 2 guys on base, you didn't do that yourself either. But it's still see the ball, hit the ball. You know, and I also we're talking about a guy that's never hit a home run in a game situation.
That's true.
I'm definitely taking the home run.
So go into the comments.
First career home run, Game 7 walk off to win the World Series.
Just retire.
I'll fucking take it.
Scoop coming in saying walk off. Bailey coming in. He wants the Super Bowl tutty. And Casey came in and said Game 7 walk off. That seems to be the consensus because
hockey would be a cool thing.
Hockey's
too.
a great
That'd
moment,
be Game
man.
7.
Yo, you're gonna score the touchdown in the Super Bowl as the receiver, and you're gonna look over and they're gonna give the white quarterback the MVP. They're like, God damn it, he's going to Disney World. If you hit that home run, you're etched forever.
And you get to walk around the plate by
the
base.
No bias. You got no helmet on. You know, you can do whatever.
You're going like this.
Your teammates rip your shirt off.
No buyers to the like the almost like blouses. Game 3, like Steph Curry
I don't
type.
care about that.
Nothing.
No,
Nobody cares.
Okay. Nah.
But the goal is intriguing. But I think I'm walking on.
I would love for all 38 hockey fans to see me fucking score the game winner. That would be cool.
I just think that hockey's like prestige, and it'd be like a cool thing. You know what I mean?
The place would go.
Yeah, they do. It's the fans that would go crazy.
And it's
but baseball would be cool too.
So that's the thing. Like I also think about atmosphere when I think about these things. Like the arena feel is like. You know, like that's louder than a stadium sometimes.
I don't know, man. I saw Aaron Boone walk off against the Red Sox, and that stadium was
imagine that match being there, or like the Tino Martinez home run.
How crazy is it? How much I dislike Aaron Boone when he gave me that moment.
Yeah, but I thought AT&T Stadium was shaking, and that was week 1. Romo to Witten. Me and my brother, I was like, Jesus Christ, I can feel it.
Yeah, it's nothing like.
But that's week 1. Imagine doing it in the biggest game of your life.
And it just doesn't stop. You know, like where the walk-off home run to advance against the Red Sox, going to the World Series. The stadium didn't get quiet for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It didn't empty. It was just
people just don't know whether to stress or whatever.
Or was your dad? Which one is which again?
That one is my dad.
Probably. Okay, so Aaron Boone walk off against Boston.
Like that was probably like one of the biggest plays in like a long time for a while.
Bro, that was the Aaron Boone home run. I'll never top that.
Being there?
Event. Yeah. Never.
Being there?
Yeah.
probably, right? Dude, yeah. That's
I was in the right field bleachers in like the 3rd row in like the middle of the
what were the stands? Like people thought it was over, honestly, or
it was just crazy. I don't even know. I had like a 300-pound man over my head shaking him. I was like $120 tops.
Were you like 22 at the time?
Huh?
Were you like 22 at the time?
Yeah, I was 2003. Yeah,
he was 34, 35. Anyway.
Fresh out the womb.
So I just wanted to bring that up. I thought it was a good conversation to have.
Very good.
So. Unfortunately, there is some crappy news in the world of sports, and that's Jerry Jeudy getting involved with the law. He got arrested yesterday based off of some kind of DV, but not technically. He didn't hit nobody or anything like that. Rob got the situation. He pulled it up today. I don't really want to get too far into it, but he did some stuff with his girlfriend and his kids, so he gets arrested. Not a good look. And now you kind of put the brakes on the whole Russ Wilson, coming out party with him as a connection. I know the Broncos still have decent wideouts and they're not bad, but Jeudy is the guy. But before you make your point, I got to say this. Jeudy now in trouble. Ruggs killed the guy.
Girl.
CeeDee Lamb is the best draft pick of that draft as far as the receivers. And I said he was the best receiver in that draft, and now it's coming to fruition that he's not getting in any trouble either. So CeeDee was 17th overall.
Justin Jefferson wasn't in that draft.
What year was that?
Okay,
after 2000 and 2 years ago. 2 years ago. It was the draft that we all stayed home for.
Are you sure that wasn't Justin Jefferson?
We didn't take Justin Jefferson, but we had CeeDee Lamb on the board. And then the Vikings picked a little bit after because the Eagles picked Rager.
I'm just saying, I think that Justin Jefferson's the best receiver in that class.
Just give me another year. We'll see. We'll find out. Speaking of Rager, we did apply. I don't know if this is going to happen, ladies and gents, but I figured I'd tease it anyway. And it's very, very weird for me to be excited about something like this. But Devonta Smith, and this is courtesy of my boy Sean, or Sauce's boy Sean, he hit me up yesterday, and he said, you guys should definitely apply for a media credential for this event. It goes down on June 4th. It's a charity softball game, but it's like there's a home run derby. There's like it's a whole day, but it's like 85% Philadelphia Eagles, which again, I'm rocking this right now because guess what? He's going to be there. Micah Parsons is going to be there. Jadakiss is going to be playing softball. Like it's a big event. So I don't know if we're going to be linked to that or not, but I'm trying. Also, cousin Vinny, he texted me before. I don't know if you got any plans Sunday. I'm busy, but he's looking for a replacement in a wiffle ball tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're going to debate that a little bit. I don't know if you found anything since, but yeah,
yeah.
I'm just saying. I told him, I was like, going forward, it's 1,000%, something we want to get involved in going forward. I was like, I'm putting in a Chop Sports team next year.
So was he trying to get us to just ring and
no,
play?
I think a ringer
or like
for
cover it.
No. Well, both. If we were there, like we would cover it too. I think it would be hilarious. But
where is it?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. All right. So last night, NFL schedule drops. Everybody was highly anticipating all this. There was leaks everywhere. But finally, it dropped and it's here. And I'm pumped about it. I know Chris doesn't really care. He thinks they're going to go 17-0 and stuff. So it doesn't matter to him when he plays any of these games. But the NFL schedule's out. And we got some thoughts. The Bills, obviously, were the selected team to open up against the Rams. So that's a fantastic game. We said it was down to the Bills and the Raiders to us. And it turned out to be the Bills. Great game. Really excited about that. The holiday schedules, Thanksgiving looks pretty damn good. The Cowboys are playing the Giants, so rivalry there. And then the Lions, I believe, are playing the Bills again. So the Bills get showcased there. I think the night game kind of sucks. I think it's the Vikings and the Patriots.
And the Patriots,
yeah. I don't know about that. I mean, that one to me doesn't. That's Mac Jones against Kirk Cousins.
Why would they put the Cowboys at nighttime? Well, I guess because Cowboys are always on during the day on Thanksgiving, right? Yeah. Always.
They're talking about. Well, did you see what's going on with the Patriots? By the way, you see who they're going to name as their offensive coordinator?
I did see that.
No.
You see how crazy
this is? It's not decided yet, but it's between two guys.
Wait, offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Listen, it's not McDaniels anymore.
No, so it's crazy.
Wait, it hasn't been named yet?
No, it's between two guys.
And it's between two guys, and they don't know that they're even going to name one. They're just going to kind of let it play out. Belichick's losing it, I think. I think he might.
Oh, you think? Look at his drafts.
So
wait till you hear who these.
Are you ready? Matt Patricia,
who's a defensive guy,
and Joe Judge.
Oh my God,
who's a special teams guy?
Oh my God, yeah, they've lost it.
Interesting to say.
Be a Patriots fan this morning.
Why would you do that to Mac Jones in his second year?
That's what are we doing? I
think that's a terrible matchup. Obviously, Mac Jones is. I think he's going to have a regression this year because they didn't get any help.
But he wasn't really like a superstar, so there's nothing much to regress.
I don't
think he takes that next step.
If you looked at Mac Jones' numbers around week 13, they were very similar to what Justin Herbert was doing week 13 his rookie season.
He definitely kept him afloat.
Stevie Mack coming in saying that the Dallas Cowboys put Stephen A. Smith in their schedule of release video. I watched it this morning because
they really?
Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. It's him talking shit about the Cowboys. Jerry Jones then gets the file. The best part about this video is when I don't ever do this, but do you ever like stretch your fingers, like, to break them or whatever, to crack them? So the normal way to do it is, right, and you're bending, right, and there's bend. They put the camera on Jerry Jones to do that right before he went to edit a video, and he went like this. His frail ass hands are like the zoom in, and it's terrible. Well, but then he edits the video down to make Stephen A. sound like he's rooting for the Cowboys. So it's like the most cringeworthy shit in the world.
He knows they're going to put that on that show or whatever.
Yeah, of course. He's going to get the national exposure with First Take and all that shit. Horrible. But anyway, so the holiday schedule, there was something funny. I think Cousin Vinny put it in the Chop Sports yesterday, is that I guess the NBA had intent of putting certain teams on Christmas Day. Right there, but there was no like these are the teams that circle like the Milwaukee Bucks and the Heat and those teams. The NFL beats them to the punch and puts the same identical cities on the docket for Christmas Day. So the Packers, the Bucks, are visiting the Miami Dolphins, the Heat, right? And then otherwise, the Denver Nuggets, the Broncos, are visiting the LA Rams, the Clippers.
Now, do you think that they jumped the gun and beat them to it, or do you think that they're kind of in
I think the NFL is the most ruthless. I think the NFL is the most ruthless organization of all time, and I think they would absolutely jump their bones if they could.
Well, like the Knicks are always on Christmas Day, right? The Knicks are always on Christmas Day.
I'm probably not.
So you think the NFL wants to fuck the NBA? Like
literally,
quite literally,
quite literally.
I mean, as long as the times are matched up,
I don't know.
Good, they could. I
don't even know how much truth there is to that, but I found it very funny that if that's the case,
the Packers are going to Miami and the Bucks are going to Miami, or is it vice versa? The Miami Heat are going to Miami?
I don't know. But Jimmy Palumbo getting involved.
They didn't release the NBA schedule yet.
I know. But apparently they had inkling on who they wanted to put on Christmas Day. Jimmy coming in, 3-hour TV show on the NFL schedule yesterday. My God, our society has no chance. And I thought the draft was bad. Also, Giancarlo single late. was a frozen row. Absolutely, he must have hit that ball.
He did hit 200.
I think I texted you last night. I don't know. I was drinking. But yeah, that Yankees. But anyway, it's time now for our rapid fire. Rapid fire. I'm talking knee-jerk reactions. Like, we obviously will dive farther into this as the offseason progresses and as training. Get mini camps for the rookies is like this week, and then you got actual mini camps, and you got training camps, and you got all this crazy shit, and then the preseason and everything else. But I do want to touch on just 4 teams, just 4. We're going to do the 2 locals and our squads real quick, knee-jerk reaction to their schedule as fast as you humanly can, okay? Not like to the point where you can't understand it, but just a quick, even if you want to do a sentence.
So how are we doing? Use both pick win or loss, and then I pick. If you pick the same win or loss, I break the tie breaker like we did for the draft.
Sure.
Okay, ready?
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
go. We'll start with the Giants, right?
Yeah, Giants it is. So let's put the Giants schedule up. There is the New York football.
Across the top.
Oh, it goes across. So yeah, across down and then Green Bay. So ready, Gooch? Here we go. Tennessee away.
Giants are not going to beat Tennessee on the road.
I don't think so either. So that's 0-1. They home opener against the Panthers. That's got legs. I say the Giants win their opener.
Game, yeah.
That's a winner?
Yeah,
it's a winnable game.
The Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. No. Not going to win that game.
Right.
Sorry.
Actually,
here we go.
Is it in it's home? It's home.
It's in New York.
It's in New York, yes.
It's not a gimme. You know it.
It's not a gimme. It never is.
But I'm not going to pick the Giants.
I'm not either.
Against a team that's
all right. So 1 and 2. They get to stay home 3 weeks in a row and play the Bears. I think this is a win.
You got to remember, you have them losing week 1, winning week 2, losing.
All right, so now you got to break this tie.
I'm going to say they beat the Bears.
Yeah, I say so too. So right now, if they're 2-2, Godspeed, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Green Bay and London, not even close. All right, that's a loss. Then they go home to play the Ravens. I think they lose that too. And then obviously they got, am I doing this right? Yes. Yeah, okay. And then they got the Jaguars. That's a win in Jacksonville. Oh, shit, that's in Jacksonville.
It's in Jacksonville.
The Giants are going to start the season. I'll say they start the season 2-6, 3-5 out of the first 8.
I got them. I say the best the Giants can do before their bye is 4-4. That's the best they can do.
So right now,
I might even give them a win at Seattle, depending on who their quarterback is at the time.
So right now we're at the Seattle game. You guys have them 3-4.
I got them 3 and I'll go 3-5.
I'll go consensus.
I think they can beat Seattle, but they'll probably 3-5.
3-5 at the bye.
Then they're coming off off
the bye, get the win over the Texans, right? So they're 4-5. They stay home. They play Detroit. I give them that win too. No,
I'm not. The Giants aren't 5-5 going into the Cowboy game. I'm just.
So who are they losing to? The Texans or the Lions?
Detroit.
Either one. One of them two. They're going to lose.
They're split that one.
So
you got them at 4-6 at the Cowboy game. I'm with that. So no matter what I said, 4-6 Cowboy game. Then Thanksgiving, they go to Dallas. They're not winning that game. So 4-7.
All right.
You with that? Thanksgiving Day? Cowboys have ruined Thanksgiving a lot of times. Okay. But
there's a very good chance that they split with Dallas this year. I'm not going to say that they're going to, but I'm going on record to say now, I think that they might beat Dallas one of the times this year because it happens often.
So I'll put a question mark here and we'll review.
But I'm not going to go. I'm not going to pick Dallas losing at home on Thanksgiving to
okay. So what do we got now? What are we at?
We're gonna give them a loss, right?
All right,
so we're 4-7.
4-7 after 11.
So
sure?
from week 11 on,
4-7
on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of their 7 games from week 11 on are division games.
We'll check out the 4 division games in a row. Dallas, Washington, Philly, Washington. So 4 division games in a row. So if they're going to be 4-7 after Dallas, I say they split with the Redskins, the Commanders, right? So 4-7. I'll give them 5-7, lose to the Eagles, I'll give them a split with the Eagles too. So I'll give them the 5-6.
Do they beat the Vikings?
That's in Minnesota?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Do they beat the Colts at home?
No.
Okay. So we have them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and
11.
That's their record. That's the record we're giving.
And I'll be generous. Somewhere along the line, like I'll go on record now in May and say they'll go 7-10.
I'm shooting a 7-10. Sounds about right. 8-9.
I mean,
I'm curious to know what the total actually is on their Vegas.
We're gonna do some. We'll do some more research on all that because I definitely want to.
7.5.
Give me 7 and 10. Oh, actually,
6.5.
it's 6.5.
Yeah, I think it is 6.5.
6.5 because I know they put. We'll do the Jets right now. You'd be surprised. They're 5.5. The Jets.
Yeah,
look at their first 10
schedule.
Yeah, I understand that. So why don't we do that? Bring them up.
So I could maybe see the over on the Giants win total.
All right. So the Jets Starting off at home against the Ravens, I'm going to be in the minority here. I say the Jets get it done at home on day one.
Yeah, you're definitely in the minority.
All right, so break the tie, Jets.
I honestly think we could take the Ravens week 1.
The Jets open up the season with 4 games in the AFC North.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That is kind of weird.
Very, very strange.
And all our games are at 1 o'clock, except for 2 games like late in the year. They're at like 4.
The Ravens are a team this year that they don't know. I don't know what kind of identity they're going to have. Yeah. And I'm also the same with the Jets. The Jets are an improved team, but a lot of their talent is young. And
all right, so what's the best?
Is up in the air.
All right, so they play the AFC North, right? 2 of them are home, 2 of them are away. The away games are Cleveland and Pittsburgh. How do they get out of that?
1-3.
1-3.
I'll give them best. I'll give them the opening night. I guess I'll give them at Pittsburgh, maybe. No, I'm going to go 1-3.
I think it's 1-3.
The Ravens do have Rashad Bateman. They do have Mark Andrews. So yeah, they got
weapons, but
Bateman's a first-round pick, and I know that he's talented, but he doesn't have the experience yet. Mark Andrews is a stud, though.
Yeah, no, so 1-3, and they drafted 2 other tight ends too. So the intermediate game for the Ravens is going to work. 1-3 after 4. Okay, so home against the Dolphins, I'll give them a split with the Dolphins. Okay, I'll give them a split with the Dolphins. So at this one, they'll win the home game, right? So they're 2-4, right? You agree with that? Maybe split with the Dolphins. So, you just tell me. Are they going to beat the Dolphins at home?
Twice? I mean, are they going to – you don't think they'll beat the Dolphins once?
1-3, I could have them easily beating the Dolphins in that one. And they're definitely losing to
Green Bay. Definitely losing to Green Bay. Definitely losing to
Denver. And then the Patriots game,
I could see them splitting them too.
I could see them beating the Patriots at home.
Okay, so after 8, the consensus is that they only have 2 wins. Is that right?
They might have 3 if they split with the Patriots.
Well, no. I'm saying, the Patriots on the schedule right now.
3-5.
Oh, that's the home game. So 1, 2, 3.
3-5 at best.
3-5 at best. Okay. Sounds about right in the first 8. Then they got to play the Bills.
That's a loss.
All right, so they're 3-6 going into the bye. What did I write here? I wrote 4 and 5 at the bye here. I kind of wrote that down early, but again, I'm with it. 3-6 at the bye. Then you got to go to New England off a bye.
That's a loss, I think.
That's probably a loss. So that's 3-6. They go back home to beat the Bears, I would assume. Yeah. So that's 4-6. Mm-hmm. All right. And then a little bit of a tough road stretch here as they go to Minnesota.
5-11.
You're giving them 1 more win for the rest of the year.
I'm not giving them as many as you gave them to this point. I'm saying that there's some games that they can win, but 5. If the Vegas win total is 5.5.
Anand's coming back in with the Dobbins being back. That's a big one too.
It is big, but he's not a receiver. And the question was receiver. So I do agree Dobbins will help.
You're a Dobbins guy. Yeah.
So I would say like 6-11, 5-12. Right? The first 10 games,
the back stretch is winnable, man.
5-12. The back stretch is winnable, but Minnesota, Buffalo, you don't know. Seattle is definitely a winnable game.
Yeah.
The Miami game will be big. It might be for Miami, I think. I think they're going to be in a position to maybe be playing for a playoff spot in that one.
I don't know how they get there.
Detroit is better than people are giving them credit for, even though they don't win games. They're a tough team to take out. They didn't get blown out at all.
Yeah, I know. And Scoop, we're not taking weather into account right now.
Also factor in the fact that this is the Jets we're talking about.
Yeah, I understand that. And you know what? A lot of people are low on the Jets, especially some of the Jets fans that they're not very confident in what the ability. But I think they drafted well. I think they added some pieces.
There is some promise amongst Jets fans right now. There's some hope.
You will know by week 6.
I'm going hot take. I'm going hot take here. Jets are going to win 9 games.
Wow.
Jets are going to win 9 games.
Look, if the Jets win 9 games, then there's a chance that their quarterback is in contention for MVP. That's how good he has.
He has to be that way.
That's how good he has to play for them to win 9 games.
Jets could win 9 games. I don't know where, but because I have more wins in the first stretch. I got the Ravens, Dolphins.
If Zach Wilson is that dude, the Jets could easily win 9 games. If he just makes that leap, even the Josh Allen leap, it doesn't have to be superstar status, but if he makes another leap, the Jets could be not a Super Bowl.
Well, I don't think. Listen,
they could have a playoff
in the juggernaut known as the AFC this year. I don't think that 9-7 would even sniff the playoffs.
Outside Buffalo, their division is not that great.
No way.
Outside Buffalo, Miami twice, New England twice.
But New England's going to be around. It's just that.
Are they though?
Listen, AJ, I'm not trying. First of all, I don't believe in jinxes. Second of all, you putting them at 6-11. That's the typical Jets fan that's coming in here. That's fine.
Realistic.
Find me I'm telling you right now, the back stretch for the Jets. Those last 4 games after. Watch. I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're going to get the brakes beat off them in Buffalo, right?
I'm not sure which one I'm talking about
Vargas.
here. Is he a Jets fan or a Bears?
He's a Jets fan.
Because I know that there's a Bears fan. Is he also a Vargas?
No,
the other guy.
Bears fan.
Who's the Bears fan that your buddy?
Silverberg.
Oh,
Jay Silver.
Yes.
17-0 coming from Chris Streak. See, that's the optimism we need, Jets Nation. Come on. No, but here I'm just focus on the back stretch. They're gonna get the doors blown off them at Buffalo. That's gonna wake something up. The Jets could possibly win out after that. Beat the Lions, beat the Jaguars, beat the Seahawks, and beat the Dolphins. That's where they go on their
8 wins.
Right. That's where they get their 9. So if they have 5 going into the back stretch, give me the 9.
I mean, it would be a hell of a stretch, dude. And I could see it too. Like they could definitely beat all their entire.
I could imagine the Jets being in that position right there, needing 4 losses to secure the number 1 pick,
already know that'll happen.
Then winning all 4 games, and then picking like 11th, and then just staying dead. Everyone expecting the next year to be the
to be honest,
they make the leap, and they regress again.
Feel it.
100%. You will know by after that Green Bay game. If this
That's
team,
not that you can't judge. You
can't
judge
play
the
Ravens, the Browns,
the
Bengals, and the Steelers. The first 4. The Steelers really,
and that's what I said. If they
can top quality teams,
if they can swing a 2-2 out of that first 4, man,
it can happen. You're making me a believer right now.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be,
I hear you,
the positive speaker or a motivational speaker here, but I feel like the Jets have put themselves in a situation now, added the pieces in the draft, added the pieces in the free agency, have the coach in his second year, have the better GM. They got to take the step eventually. How bad can this? How plagued could this team be? They're not the Cowboys.
I'm okay with displaying a firm understanding as to that the Jets have talent, and understanding that if I could clearly be wrong by saying 5 wins, because if Zach Wilson is that guy, they're clearly a better team because the roster is in place.
You got to do it all.
Apparently, they have a head coach that everybody likes, fan base included, which is rare, and there's some things moving in the right direction. I'll clearly eat my words and be okay with it because I'm not a Jets hater.
I know.
I just can't see it right now.
Our Jets
can't see it because you're looking at the bottom 4 teams. Like they could win those 4 games. They could also go 0-4.
Yeah. Well,
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. The chance that they could is there as well, and I'm not disagreeing with that at all. All right. Moving on to Gooch's beloved Green Bay Packers. I got them having a very successful year, but we'll see how it goes here. We're going up and down. So it starts at Minnesota. I don't care who it is. They lost there last year. They had a stinker in the first game last year. You want to give them an opening day loss, Gooch, at Minnesota?
I'm not giving them that. I'm not going to pick. No. We should just – the Packers are going to go 13-4.
Oh, Jesus
right?
Christ.
And we can,
ruining the
no matter
exercise.
which way we go about it, that's the last 3 seasons they've gotten 13 wins, and that's just been it.
Okay, I guess we're just going to skip 13 the Packers.
Wins. LaFleur wins 13 games a year, and then he gets beat in the playoffs. So we did it. Packer season.
I'm going to find the losses. I'm going to find the losses.
I'm looking for the losses.
I'm going to find the losses. Righty. Here's my losses.
The Bears, the Minnesota Vikings might beat us in Lambeau this year.
I would switch that in a heartbeat. There's no way. I would give them the first. Look, you lost game 1 last year and looked at your worst, right? And then everybody was like up in arms, like, oh my God, this is it. They're going to lose everything. Like I could see them losing game 1, right? I'll give them the loss there. I'm not saying it's like a foregone conclusion. I'm just saying give them a
point and a half, just so we're clear.
Fine. Right. So yeah, the opening lines are out, which is asinine. But anyway, so the Vikings, I'll give them a loss there. I'll give them a loss to the Bills in Buffalo. It's not a gimme against the Cowboys, but I'll give you the win. Just right now. We'll find out.
We'll revisit that one.
I'll give you the loss against the Rams. And I'll give you the loss.
Buffalo.
Fuck, they're going to go 14-3.
No, Buffalo. It's a tough
Scoop says you split with the Vikings, you lose to the Bills, the Rams, and then
a random letdown game. I'm with that. That's a 4. That's a 13-4.
That's basically what I did in the beginning. I was just like, we're going to split with the Vikings. I'm not going to pick week 1, or I'm just saying split with the Vikings. Maybe, one of the letdown games to either the Bears or the Lions.
Listen, because Kyle's coming in. Packers lose week 7 to Washington. It's a flat spot. They travel to Buffalo the following week. If the Packers lose to Carson Wentz,
that's probably the toughest defensive line they play.
I don't give a shit. Carson Wentz
up to that week. Right?
I have a fear of going down south. I have a fear of going into Miami on Christmas Day. The Packers play brutally bad in Florida. That's just an anomaly that's always been there for my entire fanhood. Washington, we'll see.
But in December, it's not going to be like 98 degrees.
It's still going to Florida on Christmas Day. It's still something. It's still a thing that they either haven't been able to overcome in years past, and it's something that gets talked about.
Didn't you close the year at home against fucking Detroit this year?
Something that gets talked about all year leading into the week, so they can't win in Florida. So it's something that the team has to deal with every year.
Okay.
Whenever it happens, they have to deal with that with the media.
I see week 7 and week 8 are going to be. They got to go to Washington and then go to Buffalo right after that. So that's 2
they got
weeks
three.
Tough,
actually, got 3 road games in a row.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they're really worried about the Lions, to be honest with you.
Buffalo's very close to Green Bay. As
Detroit,
crazy as that sounds.
Listen, Detroit. I'm not saying they're bums, but Detroit. Just be careful with Detroit. I'm not saying they're going to win more than 5 games.
The conference games are always weird like that. You know how it's just you see each other enough. Where the
Rodgers back to pass, looking, rolls right, looking, throws it away, 4th and 10, and the Packers punting unit is on the field. Listen, we cannot discredit the fact that Devontae Adams, literally, and it's coming from Kyle, 45% of Rodgers' yards in recent years. I'm with that. I don't know if you can replace him. You have to replace him by committee.
I don't like that stat because it's not a stat. It's in recent years, like 45%. That's completely off the top of his head, and it's irrelevant. The Packers are also 7-0 in games where Devontae Adams wasn't on the team in recent years.
We got some breaking news from Tommy D, and it's something that I believe. I don't know what you bet, or you bet something. We'll have to go back and check the tape, but we got Cosmot and Nate verbally agreeing to fight.
Verbally agree
to what? I verbally agree to not believe that.
So maybe that little graphic ski might have been right.
I said this. This is what will happen on the. This is the bet was this.
I want to go off the rail, but yeah.
When they fight, then I'll believe it because I just don't believe.
Yeah, but you guys said that about Colby and the other guy too. That fight was never going to happen, and it happened.
I've said that about plenty of fights, and most of the time,
that's the easy way out. I think to say like, "Oh, I'll believe it when I see it." Like, well, no shit. But
it's you could just sit here and say the UFC has the control over the mainstream media too. So they're saying Nate verbally agreed. You could guarantee you by the end of today, Nate comes out with a tweet. I didn't verbally agree to shit.
Okay.
We'll guarantee that.
We'll see. All right, moving on to my beloved Dallas Cowboys. Knee-jerk reaction.
Headquarters. Now today
agreed. This is very true. All right, so quickly, Tampa Bay in Week 1 at home. Last year they were in Tampa and lost. Moral victory though. They were 1-0 in moral victories, but 0-1 in the standings. If the Cowboys want to have the season that I think they're potentially could have, they got to split the first 2 home games, which is Tampa and the AFC champion Bengals. I don't know which way they're going to go. I don't know who they beat, but they got to do that because then they could start off 2-1 and then 3-1 and then go into LA and probably lose that game. And then split with Philly probably this year. They'll beat the Lions. They'll beat the Bears. They'll beat the Texans. They'll beat the Jaguars. You know what I mean? Like the Titans is going to be interesting. They'll split maybe with Washington. I think they sweep Washington. I don't want to give them a split against the Giants, but I guess that's kind of due. I wrote it down here that the best case scenario, this could be a 12-win team, but I think it's probably around the 10 and 11 range based off of what they've lost, what they've gained, when they play them.
Improvements to other teams in the division, I think, will have a play.
I think 11-6 is my ceiling right now. 12, if they just become world beaters and just beat up on teams that they shouldn't beat, like if they go into LA and win that game somehow, which they could have just a couple years ago.
I think the NFL team should have made
a very soft schedule.
They should have came up with 100%. A petition that the AFC South was not allowed to play the NFC East this year.
Why?
Because it's like they have easy schedules. Like all the teams in both those divisions now have.
They got to boost the NFC East a little bit. That's just the way they got to do it. But yeah, I see. There's a tough stretch of road games. With the Giants, no, it was a home game. No, they got a good stretch of home games with the Giants, Colts, and by that time, Matt Ryan might be washed a little bit. Week 13, I don't know. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to discredit his career.
Do you think they come out of week 1 and 2 with wins?
I'll tell you what.
Think they start 2-0?
Week 10 through 13.
If they start 2-0,
that's different.
We're going to be 4-0 going into LA. That's how I feel.
If you start 2-0,
if we start 2-0, we'll be 4-0 before LA, and then LA will be tricky, and then Philly will be tricky. Right, you never know with that. So even 4-2, 5-2, 6-2,
week 7, 8,
6-2,
and then you come off the bye.
Green Bay,
2 tough games.
You know what?
Off the bye week.
Off the bye, man. Mike McCarthy is historically good, and he's going to Green Bay off a bye.
You know, I guess you could just run it back and say historically off the bye, Aaron Rodgers is also good.
Cool.
Right? And that's why Mike McCarthy was good.
Oh, okay. That's
off the bye.
Okay.
A lot of these stats are skewed with McCarthy.
Yeah, Cowboys coming off a bye and beating the Pack. Listen, I might be there for it. I'm going to try to really get out there for that one. Green Bay after a bye. So
Kyle's got us losing to the commies and the Cowboys.
That's
right off the gate. And he's trying to really fire me up in the comments with all the Devontae Adams stats. I don't care.
Scoop says if Dallas loses to the Jaguars, he's skinny dipping in the pool. Scoop, if we're there together for whatever reason and the Cowboys lose to the Jaguars, you're not coming home.
All right,
I mean, you might as well say goodbye to the family, the new kid, everything. Just goodbye, Scoop. It's over. You will be ended. But yeah, give me 11 as the realistic. Okay, the worst I would say would be 9 and 8, and that means they trip up, get injuries all over the place. The only problem I have is Gallup might miss the first 2-3 weeks of the year, and unfortunately they run into the buzzsaws known as the Bucs and the Bengals. So I don't like that at all. But we'll see. We'll see. That is our way too early. It is May, ladies and gentlemen. There's no way that we can actually accurately try to predict wins and losses until the preseason and the training camps and injuries and all sorts of shit.
Rumor has it that Rodgers will be there this year at voluntary OTAs. That Rodgers is going. That's what I've been.
That might ruin his game actually, because every time he doesn't go, he has MVP seasons.
Just announced Crosby out for Game 6. That is big news for the Rangers.
That is huge. Tonight. And I wrote that down to talk about. I was like, I wonder if he's in or out. Dude, if it's a concussion,
Crosby and
what are they ruling it?
It was an upper body injury.
Yeah, but you know what? That could be a concussion.
That's what I thought it was too. Because that's
if he's a concussion case, he is, he can miss the rest of the series, bro.
It's Crosby and
Dumoulin. Did he miss a year with a concussion?
I don't know about a year. He's been a mess. He's been a mess. I mean, he's a great hockey player, one of the best that maybe ever do it. But him being out tonight, boy,
it looked like a concussion at first, but they kept saying upper body.
I know
injury,
they're trying to rule it out.
But
they're trying to rule it out. I don't know.
It looked like a concussion to me for sure.
What happened? You forgot it again, but it's okay because don't worry. And if anything, if you want to bet tonight, bet with me because I want a lot of money. But you know what? I won't be afraid to run out of money once I retire. You know why? Because I got a guy like Michael Fusco, ladies and gentlemen. He is the president of the Fusco Insurance Agency. He will work with you to create a comprehensive retirement plan. He'll explore using life insurance and annuities to help you build a more secure future so you can worry less now. Call him right now, 718-701-5787 to schedule your complimentary consultation. That's 718-701-5787. Guarantees and protections are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing company. Some insurance policies are not available in all states. And you know what, Gooch? It's going to be very, very hot when the Packers go down and play the Miami Dolphins, even in December. So is there any way or anything you can use or do to prevent the underbelly of man to be just a wash?
There is. You could head on over to manscaped.com and you use the promo code SHOPSPORTS. You receive 20% off and free shipping worldwide. So the Ultra Smooth package comes equipped with the Lawnmower 4.0 with the 400K LED trimmer, and it helps be able to see through the dark underbelly of man when you want to trim through that taint jungle. And it also comes equipped with the crop exfoliator and the crop gel and a bunch of replacement blades. So when you trim down low and you want to reduce those risk of cuts, nicks, and razor burns, they give you this little nubby little new razor. I keep forgetting what it's called, but it is the.
I don't think they call it.
It has a name. It's like the Crop Razor 2.0. In addition to the Plow 2.0 razor for your face, which I always get confused, but it doesn't matter.
You could probably use this on your face too if you want.
They are all waterproof. No, it doesn't really work. It's built.
It's a stubby little guy.
It's built for the taint in the asshole.
Oh, okay.
It's not built for the face, Dave. Trust me. I've tested it out.
Trust me.
So you go over to manscaped.com and use the promo code SHOPSPORTS. You receive 20% off. Thank you very much. Go do it. And Dave, I know that it's Christmas is in December. We don't really want to sell Christmas gifts just yet. So you went.
I mean, you want to get a jump on the Christmas gifts.
I was like, where's he going?
Buy yourself a fucking
I had something in my
landscape.
head about the heat, and then you started talking about Christmas. I was like, damn, bro, where are we going? But we're here. He made it.
Kyle Kerms came in. If the Tyron Smith gets hurt, put the Cowboys at 7-10. Listen, anybody of that stature getting hurt, yes, they'll be rushed.
If Zeke gets hurt, you could add a win. Win total. Probably
Stevie Mack saying if they start Cooper Rush against the Vikings, we'll win that one too. That happened last year. Sam said he might be escorted as a terrorist suspect. Oh, he's talking about Scoop going to Jacksonville. Scoop said he's messed up. My kids hear these results and they're getting bullied in school now. Anyway, there was NBA games. Guess what? I watched them both. I feel like I haven't watched a full NFL NBA game in a long time because I've just been busy watching the Rangers or whatever else the case may be. But we all get to say goodbye to the Philadelphia 76ers. It is over. It is done. So they go from heroes to zeros, and they lose this one 99-90. Eliminated. Butler goes for 32. His comments after. Butler is that dude. I'm sorry. He's one of my favorite players in the league right now. But I think the bigger comments was from Embiid after this game.
Yeah, we could go through both really because they kind of coincided with each other. Embiid's comments about Harden were one thing, but there was the whole Jimmy Butler Tobias Harris thing. Then there was Embiid saying that I don't know what the front office was thinking. He didn't say that exactly, but in a roundabout way was basically alluding to the fact that we should have never have traded Jimmy Butler for Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is sitting
Tobias Harris over me,
two guys away from him, and Jimmy Butler and Embiid are good friends, so it makes sense that they kind of had each other's back. But interesting if you're Tobias Harris, and I think he's locked up for a little bit. I know James Harden's got his player option. There's no way he's walking away from 45.
Oh, he already went on. Well, that's the funny part because yesterday, by the way, 9 shots. He took 9 shots, had 11 points.
All in the first
half. In the second half.
All in the first half. He didn't even take a shot in the second half. All 9 of his field goal attempts were in the first half.
You talk about a guy that just didn't show up in this series at all, or at least it's been tough sledding for James Harden, okay? Jimmy Harden, have you. But that's the funny part. He said he'll be back already, right? He was one on record. I'll be back. Oh, yeah,
when do you hear a star player that's got a walk option or a team or play-in option that's just automatically announces what he's going to do the day that they get eliminated? And I promise you this, nobody wants him back. Not a fan,
that's the thing.
Not
you see his salary? How are you supposed to build? How are the 76ers supposed to build around this guy when he makes all that money and shows up like this in the playoffs?
And the downfall is not that it would matter, but they would have been better off just kind of middling away, but it would have wasting Embiid's prime. They're trying to capitalize on what Embiid's got going on right now, but Harden's not the guy. And what they did was to get Harden, they trade Ben Simmons. Deal. They both are terrible people. I wouldn't want either of them. But they also gave up a ton of picks. They gave up Seth Curry. They gave up who's the other guy that they gave up in that trade?
I don't think anybody.
Several players. It was somebody
Seth Curry was up and then for 2 first-round picks.
Rotational guy. So you're giving away players. You're giving away picks, and now you have this contract that nobody wants to deal with for a guy that's got, it looks like he hides the basketball under his shirt.
Yeah,
and it's really just his belly. He's fat now. He's disinterested, and now it took all of 2 months for Embiid to basically tell the truth. I don't think he was trying to ruffle any feathers, but he's asked a question to Embiid, Joel Embiid. That's his Instagram handle. Embiid. That's his Twitter handle.
Is it?
It's Joel Embiid. So he's like a troll.
Love it.
He is mad.
He's very honest about things when he gets asked questions. And he said, we thought we were getting a Houston Harden, and we didn't. Yeah. He's not that. And I quote, this isn't how he danced around the Tobias Harris thing. And I quote, he's just not that guy right now.
He's not that guy anymore.
He's more of a facilitator or a playmaker.
That's what he said.
Tough look. I heard it.
And he said, well, pretty much what he was alluding to with the whole Tobias and Jimmy Butler situation is that the organization went with Ben Simmons. This was Ben Simmons that wanted Jimmy Butler out of there. And they went with Ben Simmons instead of listening to Joel. Do you think Joel just went into this series? I mean, obviously, you don't go into a series and lose, right? But they were started off 0-2, then they start to bounce back. Then you get playoff Jimmy buckets, and he just starts to look at it as Harden's not giving me anything. He was so mad that Harden was taking so many shots the game before that he came out and shot 14 shots in the first half, which it's like they're babies.
Yeah, but
Harden was like,
I don't know that it was like he took his shots. That's what you're hearing the analysts say, and that's what I heard. And I don't know that it is that. I think the game plan should be that Embiid needs to get his shots, right? But Harden needs to be taking a ton of shots too. So Harden just okay, you want to shoot? You don't want me to shoot no more? I mean, he had 9 shots. to me, that's pretty good for 1 and 1A.
Yeah.
If you got Embiid 14, Harden 9, do that again in the second half. Or flip it up. Whatever way you want to do it, whatever they're giving you. But James Harden, when the shots that he's taking are threes, you're settling for terrible shots. It's not like you're moving without the ball. You know, you dish to Embiid and you sit there on the perimeter and hope he kicks it back to you. Do something.
It's like
get an open layup.
When you watch that kid Maxey play, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, you're pulling up the numbers. We're pulling up the numbers. James Harden is the only guy in NBA history to take 200 threes a year.
Yeah,
right.
It's a ridiculous.
Where he doesn't hit 40% of his threes for 3 straight years.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're not hitting your shots, stop taking them.
13 years in a row
with it. Now, flipping to the other side, the Heat now roll into the Eastern Conference Finals.
Harden's been in the league for 13 years.
I guess, yeah. That's 13 years in a row.
Who said that? Or you just
on Google.
Like, that's crazy.
Danny Green goes out with a big injury too. You know what I mean? So
I don't think Harden's 13
So
years.
When you look at a team like the Heat,
I'm dying.
They're rolling in, right? They're rolling in. The big win over here. Do they stand up against the Bucks and or Celtics?
Miami, they got Spo, baby. They match up against almost anybody. Look, the Eastern Conference right now between the 3 teams, really the 2 teams, because I don't think Boston's gonna. I think that series.
I think it's over too. We'll talk about it in a second.
But yeah, Giannis against the Heat again. That was a rematch from 2 years ago and last year. They eliminated. I think 2 years ago, one team eliminated the Bucks. I think it was as the 1 seed, the 8 seed Miami Heat eliminated them in the bubble year.
The bubble,
and then last year. Everybody was thinking like, okay, the Heat. I was, thinking like, oh, they're gonna go do work in the playoffs, and
Giannis
the Bucks
went nuts.
Yeah.
All right, so that's that one. And then last night, home Luka. I told you guys. I said it. I tried to beat it over the head that the Dallas Mavericks at home were going to get this done, and they did. 113-86. Luka goes for 33. More importantly, on the stat line for Luka, 4 steals. Playing some defense. I think the Suns had 15 turnovers. Like that.
Suns had 22 turnovers.
Yeah,
15 maybe in the second half.
It was
I don't know.
It was an awful night across the board for the Suns. Devin Booker shot like shit. Chris Paul couldn't get anything going. And if neither of those guys are going, then DeAndre Ayton's his statue.
Yep.
Because he needs them to go.
Ayton with 21, but that was the higher score. That's the highest score on the Suns. They just didn't have the offense.
Was this the Crowder injury series, right? Was this
the shoulder? Yeah.
Did he play?
I do not know.
Booker went 6 for 17 from the floor last night. So things just weren't clicking for the Suns. And now they go back to Phoenix for game 7. It goes down tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow.
Luka passes Kareem for his 13th career 30-point game in the playoffs before turning 24. LeBron has 21, Kobe with 17, KD with 17.
Nice.
So
Luka's on a guy's on a different level when he's home, man. I'm telling you, he's doing these little gestures. He's making these snarly faces to the crowd. Like Luka is a dog at home. Nobody has stolen a game on the road in this series. So it's very, very interesting to think that right away, if you think about knee-jerk reaction, that the Suns are probably going to get it done at home, right? Like Luka has to be like Superman in game 7 for them to get this done. I think the experience with the Suns, I think and the home game will be enough to get it done. But hey, man, if you bet on red 6 times, eventually it's going to land on black. No team has won a road game. I'm not going to count out Luka in this one. I've been counting him out all series, and I've been eating my words. So I would like to see Dallas advance because I like Luka too, but I just don't see it happening.
It's going to be chippy.
I want to see Chris Paul at least play again in the finals and see how it goes.
Yeah, it's true.
And obviously tonight's games, we agreed or elated to. We'll start with this game. This is the game where I think Curry it gets stupid. I'm laying the 8. I think that I know that Memphis absolutely blew the doors off the Warriors in game 5 rather. This is where Curry goes nuts and they absolutely torch the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. That's my prediction. Again, I take it for what it's worth. I did pretty well on my gut feelings about these sorts of NBA games that are happening. I feel like the NBA needed to get to game 6 for their own ratings and viewership. And now they're going to see Steph Curry in Golden State just completely annihilate it and just maybe go for like 45 or some shit like that. He just goes nuts. I think the Warriors take
You think they cover the 8?
Yeah, I do.
What do you think? They cover the 8, or you think this defensive team shows up tonight?
Remember, defensive liability without Ja.
Without Ja,
no. They're a defensive liability with Ja, so they're still without Ja Morant. So that's the only thing I can say about this.
Still 218. It's fairly high, I guess. Not really that high.
No, not for those guys.
Considering these 2 teams, it would probably be high. But Golden State's a good defensive team typically. Yeah, Golden State at home. I think they're a far better team than Memphis, with or without Ja Morant. Even though I do think Golden State, I don't know, covering 8 points. I don't think they're gonna. No, Memphis +8. There's no way I'm laying that.
That's a lot.
With
20 points is a lot.
Yeah, the track record speaks for itself with no Ja and how good they've been. I'm not going to go against that in this one because the Warriors don't need to win by 8 to advance. They win by 7. Yeah. And they win, and everything is good in there. But I'm gonna win money.
How about some of the rivalries that are coming around?
It's a lot of points. You could be right. There's been blowouts.
Oh yeah,
they score points in bunches, and Golden State came off.
If anybody can go on these crazy 18-20-0 runs or whatever, it's the Warriors.
Sure. I just think a team like Memphis backs against the wall in an elimination game. You're gonna fight for everything late. I could see. I think at worst a backdoor.
Their backs
cover.
were against the wall last game too. So that's why I think they did empty the tank and empty the clip and go nuts on Golden State in Memphis. Now you're back at the whatever they call that place now.
Oracle.
Yeah, there. I think the Golden State Warriors take it down right now.
After dancing on the court, whoop that trick in Steph's face, all that stuff.
Goodbye. All right, moving on. The Bucks obviously playing the Boston Celtics tonight, Game 6. Bucks can put it away tonight. I think we're in lockstep here. I think Giannis does his thing. I think the last loss for the Boston Celtics was very demoralizing the way it went down. I think that carries over. It's in Milwaukee. I'm laying the 1.5. That's a no-brainer to me. Point.
Whatever was said to the team going into the fourth quarter of the last game, that was what you got from the Bucks was championship caliber basketball down the stretch in a very big game. We would be completely talking differently about how this series was going to go. We would all be talking like this one's going 7 for sure. I think that Bucks going in and taking that one really took the steam out because you saw the Celtics kind of fighting with each other. Not fighting, but you could tell that there was a lot of frustration. They had that one. They let it get away. And now backs against the wall. We've seen the Celtics in this situation before, and these guys together typically haven't been able to get over this hump.
Tatum's going to have to be absolutely nuts tonight for them to be competitive.
He's had to play some really good defense.
You want to win a title in the NBA now, you got to be the way the Bucks were last year when Giannis got hurt. It's like everyone's got to buy in. And I don't see the Celtics doing that right now.
How about Giannis right now, man? It's like if you haven't really watched Giannis play a full basketball game, especially in the playoffs.
I mean, he's playing full basketball games. He's playing 45 minutes a game. If
you haven't watched him,
look at people's face. Look at the face. The facial expression of people after they do everything they possibly can with effort and 2 guys, 3 guys, and he still just finds his way awkwardly. I don't get it.
It is
like 2 steps.
It's right.
Doesn't seem right.
Dribbles with the same hand,
bro.
All the way up the court.
And then totally opposite side of the spectrum. Like you're talking about Giannis being like this ox of a man. When I get to watch Luka go nuts, right? I'm just sitting there. I'm like, dude, me at 36, I feel like I look like a better athlete than Luka.
Don't you laugh?
But
sometimes?
That dude is so goddamn good at basketball.
How ridiculous is this? Like,
unbelievable,
crazy,
unbelievable.
The Giannis thing too.
It's like
he's 3 steps, freak.
He can't create his own shot, so people just play really close to him, and it doesn't matter. Like it's like I don't get it. He doesn't know how to dribble. There's weird things. He can't create his own shot off the dribble at all.
It's crazy, bro.
Somehow just finds his way to the basket.
With the Joker. He's a fat and he's a god. It's like oppositely just dominant players. I don't know. It's weird, man. New age in the NBA where you could just be a fat, sloppy, chubby white guy and succeed.
I mean, I feel like in all sports, there's those guys that are the anomaly where it's
like
just can't talking about Giannis still.
No, remember Paul Pierce?
No,
you'd be like, did he ever do it? Paul Pierce? You'd be like, did he ever do a curl in his life?
I hate Paul Pierce.
But he was. I get it. I was like, bro, did this guy ever do a
like a guy like
Cain
Velasquez? Free Cain, by the way. Cain Velasquez. You look at him and he doesn't look like he's
with it.
Daniel Cormier. Even
that's another guy too. You're like,
guys are fat.
He's a big wrestler, but you're like, dude, wow. When he puts his
That's kind of the thought
gives
process.
Him hope for the future.
Being honest, I was like, damn, is fucking Rob about to toast me? Does he got this speed down there that I'm not sure about?
Quiet, like nobody knows about it, just hidden under the underbelly of man. Also, tonight, be sure to check out the New York Rangers, baby. It is Game 6. Goes down tonight. We don't have a graphic for it. It's okay. Chris hates hockey. No, I didn't ask him for it.
Just be clear, we only do the post-game graphics on the Rangers. We've discussed that.
Can we put the Jason mask back?
There's been three names for MVP for hockey, right, Dave? We didn't talk about that yesterday.
Yeah, bro. He's up for the Venza and he's up for the whatever the one.
Boy, Igor.
MVP. Igor,
Matthews.
Listen, for the Rangers to win tonight, Igor's got to play that level. I know Crosby's out now officially, which is great for the Rangers. Hope Crosby gets better.
It's in Pittsburgh or New York?
It's in Pittsburgh. So that's the
it's
only
a hockey town.
It's
but no Crosby, bro. That place is gonna be a little sick.
Malkin's gonna have to play out of his mind. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what's good about this Ranger series though is like Kreider, the guys that they expect to do a lot of stuff really haven't done a lot yet in this series. So it's like it's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen eventually.
We shall see. What are you doing tonight? You doing anything? Want to go to the Chubby Pickle? Go see Sean?
No. Is that where you're going?
I might. I might
don't not want to go, but
it's to watch the Rangers.
I'm trying to be smart and not go.
What, I'm saying I'm dumb for going?
No, I'm trying to, save money and not go out on weekends.
Oh, financially. You could have said that.
Yeah,
if you're worried about retirement, I got a guy, Michael Fusco. Anyway, so that goes down tonight. The weekend is here. It is a feel-good Friday. We are actually going to almost do a lean Friday with Kyle. The entire week one slate of lines are out right now, which is just, to me, that's ridiculous. First of all, Cowboys right now are 2.5-point dogs at home against Tom Brady. Come on, disrespect. The utter disrespect. We're going to knock Brady into dust. Literally, just going to hit him and just totally implode right on the field.
Fast forward to week one. It's like, I'm telling you, they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Losing to the Tom Brady-led Bucks week one is just like getting a win, only it's not. That's Cowboys Nation last year.
Moral Victory Mondays, ladies and gentlemen. Join us in the fall.
They definitely felt so much better about being 0-1 than they ever have in their entire life last year.
Right? I say it every year. Like in 1993, the Dallas Cowboys started off 0-2 and they won the Super Bowl. I say it every year. Every time they lose the first game, it's the firfirst thing that pops in my mind because I'm a moron. And the schedule came out. My dad texted me. My dad texted me as soon as the schedule came out. Just the record. 8-8-1. He gave him a tie. 8-8-1.
Who they tie to?
He doesn't. I don't know. We'll probably. We usually, if we're together, we'll go down the line and actually do the game by game. But it's so simple when you're a Cowboys fan. You just be like, all right, what 8 games are we going to win? What 8 games are we going to lose? And then what games could we maybe squeak by? When
the Cowboys do like win another Super Bowl, do you understand how like annoying it's going to be for like 5 years?
Fucking tolerable.
It's going to be. No, I'm not even talking about him.
No, I'm talking about.
I know. You say when as if it's imminent. It might not happen. That's the crazy part.
I hope it never happens. But
it might not.
Look at Dave's face.
I don't know why I got to do it. All you got to do is say earmuffs.
I can promise you this. Right? When the Packers won the Super Bowl in Rodgers' 3rd year as a starter, I was like, dynasty, right? 0 cents. Patrick Mahomes won. They're going to clean up every year. They got one still, right?
Yeah, it's rough, dude.
It's a hard sport. Very, very
So
hard.
when Dallas wins it, I could say, like, maybe we could do back-to-back.
Their contracts are not set up to go back-to-back.
You're right. When you're right, you're right. Amazing baseball slate, according to Toast today. He'll be betting. You can check out KyleKerms.com for all the Toast's picks. I'm not sure how he's been doing, but again, I went on my own last night and I did really fucking good.
Lately in MLB, I've been seeing some late
night
ATM machines being texted into the group chat.
Bailey, because that one was because I was in on a 4-way parlay. I did hit the 3. The Yankees.
What happened to the Phillies again last night? Did they win that game? They
won that game.
They were winning by 6.
They won that game.
Gave up 8 runs again.
But here's the thing: they won that game, and I'm pretty sure that Kyle bet them live at like plus 3.5, and that was your ATMs. Yeah. That parlay was dead, and I'm like, how are the Dodgers losing to the Phillies right now? This makes 0 sense.
Toast is like it's like 2 a.m. East Coast time, and he's sending updates of like the bottom of the 10th.
I feel like sometimes Toast either Toast knows or forgets about the time difference, or he's like, these guys are gonna wake up to some goods.
No. It's also, do we have any regard for his time difference when we're up in the morning and it's 4 a.m. in Alaska and we're already texting?
He's like, probably up. The kid is wired. The guy doesn't sleep.
It's just like, it is what it is. It's a group chat. Mute that shit. But if it goes, it goes. Like, don't be in it. That's my thoughts on a group chat. I ignore it for days at a time sometimes because it's just too much.
So you know, these group chats, your little icon slips to the bottom when you read it. So don't leave us on red.
I don't give a fuck. You don't think I know how group chats work, Dave?
Bitch. ignoring the good things and then only commenting on like when your fantasy team goes off.
Just because it says
look
red,
who I picked in the 18th round.
Says red doesn't mean I scrolled up and read 45 minutes of banter.
Fair.
So
I don't do that either.
I open it and it's like, yeah, I'm up to date, but whatever you guys just talked about, I'm not going to read 2 days ago's bets.
Wow.
Anyway.
Respect. Anyway, big weekend coming up. Enjoy all the basketball. Let's go Rangers. Guys, be sure to also check out all the happenings with Chop Sports, including tomorrow. Myself and Gooch. Rob, you coming? Okay, cool. Ash, you on the horizon? You coming out for that? The charity hockey game that we did last year, remember?
No, she has her friend's birthday.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday, friend. And if you happy birthday, friend. So yes, charity hockey game. The Woodbridge Police Department taking on the Woodbridge Fire and EMS. Chris sounds like a young Phil Mushnick.
I hate the guy. No, I don't hate the guy.
It's a very strong word.
I hate his takes. I hate his articles because I disagree.
Is he a get off my lawn?
I disagree wholeheartedly with every single thing he ever says. No, he should not.
According to Janine from Absolute Eyewear and Jimmy Palumbo, the only 2 people left on the planet that get papers delivered to their house. My dad might, but it's the Ledger, not the Post. So
damn, the Ledger.
Yeah.
Not even the Tribune.
Who gets the Tribune?
I don't get
Star Ledger. That's the New Jersey paper.
Who gets any of them?
Not me, ever. You know how long those things sit at the end of my driveway? Those like little the things like the mailers that people just throw.
Like the blue bags.
The blue, yeah, they just. I'm not lazy by any stretch. I just don't pick it up.
Read it. You're like, I'm not even.
I just don't even touch it.
Like it just kick it down to the leaf pile.
Keep kicking it down. Eventually, it's gonna get in the gutter.
Get it.
Kill all the fish. Anyway, so there's no way Toast sleeps. I'm telling you right now, he's on every single. I'm not gonna say drug. I'm gonna say that he's just naturally wired to watch these baseball games late at night. But it must be nice because even the 10 o'clock slate, the West Coast trips, they start.
I feel like it doesn't get dark in Alaska sometimes.
It does. So I've been there.
Is that a thing?
I saw the Northern Lights last time I was there.
Is
pretty dope.
What's the state of things in Alaska right now in terms of sunlight and
doesn't that happen?
That's not a thing. I don't think
anymore.
What?
Are we in global warming?
What?
Maybe for this time period of the year, but there's definitely points in the year where.
No. I'm just saying. Like, it was daytime when I did things, and then it became nighttime, like the rest of the world. So I don't think that's a thing anymore.
No, it's definitely
like it just they did.
Like it doesn't stay dark for like 30 days, like it used to.
So we just made like hundreds of millions of years of advancements in terms of how the sun operates.
So it's
in relation to the Earth.
November and ending in mid-January. That means
Googled it?
Once the sun sets in November, residents won't see daylight for 2 months. Mid-November and ending in mid-January. It's in the town of Ottokavik, Alaska, the northernmost town in the United States.
So only that town, like
all
the
town
below,
that
they're
town.
like the sun's allowed to come up in this
Mr.
town.
Son, there he is. And oh my God. Anyway, 3 wrong statements will ask your son and the global warming. The last research
Do you want to know what time sunset is tonight in Alaska?
Sure.
10:37 p.m. That's what it says for Anchorage, Alaska, May 13, 2022, 10:37 p.m. sunset.
What a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah, they're so weird that they're
hanging out all night.
The sun has everything to do with how weird they are, I guess.
They are a very, very
we love
weird,
you over there.
Weird
bunch. Out in Alaska.
Listen, I love it out there. Anyway, off the rails once again. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to like this video. Do us that solid. That helps us dramatically. It's the wrong choice of words. But I hope everybody enjoys drastically. That's the word I was looking for.
Dramatically work. I didn't think anything of it.
I don't know. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, that's not the right terminology I would have used. All right. Anyway, see you guys on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. All that nonsense.